Well, good evening, good evening, good evening to all of our followers, to all of those that's devoted to the relationship clinic, real talk for real people with real situations. We're so excited this evening.
Yes.
Welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave. We coming here excited this evening. We brought some stuff to the table. I got some of these married couples, I'm telling you, they've been married from 1 year to 22 years to 27 years. Listen, excitement is in the air. Sex is in the air. Love is in the air. Hugging and kissing is in the air. Baby making is in the air. Real talk for real people with real situations. Don't get it mixed up. Elvis is coming in a few minutes. A gentleman, he was back there cooking those big old cowboy steaks so that we would be able to feed these great and lovely couples that God has blessed us with. Listen, you all see the many beautiful faces that's up here with me. And God is going to bless your marriage through our conversation tonight. We're having real talk for real people with real situations. But tonight we're going to have love talk. And since they took us and invited us into their cave, women, they brought us into the cave. We're going to find out what men talk about in the cave.
That's right.
You know, they call it man cave. Well, we're going to find out. But I got some stuff. I want to find out what can you do in the man cave other than play games. You know, most men go in the man cave, have a drink, and play games.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, tonight we're going to be your game.
Yes.
Hey, we taking control. Yeah, we're going to be, what different game they play? My husband like racetracks. What you like?
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
That's football.
Football. Grand Theft.
Me, mostly.
Stole that. You stole that. You gonna make me say. Everybody, see, I like that. So, in other words, you're his game. So now that you're in the man cave, we're going to find out what he think about you in the man cave.
All right, I'm ready.
Because he ain't got no game to play. He don't play poker.
No, he don't play.
He don't play Pac-Man.
Oh, no, none of that. None of that.
Girl. Oh my goodness, this is going to be fascinating. Listen, click, like, and share. Let your friends know that we are on tonight. The Seymours and the gentleman, the lady, the queen of love, whatever they call me. And the gentleman, he's coming in a few minutes. He's grilling those cowboy steaks. We're going to eat good after we finish from this steak. But listen, I thank God tonight for all of you that's coming. We're just giving you a pre-date of Valentine. And we're using that energy to make something happen. Listen, RJ, so what game do your husband play?
Mostly chess or spades.
Set him on the end, we'll pass him down. Spade, but who he play spade with?
The computer.
Oh, Jesus. Girl, I thought you were talking about spade with strip poker. You know.
It's a serious mind game.
Huh?
It's a serious mind game.
Now listen, audience. This is nothing but punch. This is nothing but punch. You know, our mouths are going to get dry, so I want y'all to enjoy it. Listen. So your husband plays spade with the TV and not with you. Okay, when I learned, say it.
That's interesting. I never heard of that before.
It's better playing with the TV instead of with his wife. So you know what he's supposed to do with spade when he's have you on there with it. When he's playing spade, but every time he lose or you lose, you're supposed to strip. See, that's the purpose of coming into the man cave tonight. So if my husband playing spade, I need to know why he's playing with the computer instead of with me. Do you want me to take my wig off, or do you want me to take my panties off, or do you want me to take my house shoes off?
All right. Yes.
I need to know what has my husband attention on the game. So that's why I started learning how to play the games with him. So whenever he's playing spade, I'm going to slow down because this is real talk tonight for real people with real situations. As a matter of fact, those of you that's following and you have a husband and a wife, go in the bedroom tonight and call it your man cave. Do something you haven't done. It's getting close to next Monday. We're just bringing you some inviting ideas of stuff to do. One that just blew my mind. Her husband don't even play games. And you know what she said? She said she's her husband game. Was that sexy? Oh, was that romantic?
Yes.
Amen. Did you hear me?
It's the truth. No, it's the truth.
Real talk.
It's the truth.
Real talk. I love it. That's sexy. Amen. Now, Miss Hash. Miss Hash. What are some of the things your husband like?
Dice or food?
I play dice with him. Dice, every time it hits 7, he got a strip, I strip. Now, 7 would be your number, and 11 be his number, right? Listen, that's how you make the game work. So when we get into the room tonight, because you're already in the man cave, you can't strip in here. Right. But you got to make it interesting for what they like to do. Now we can become a part of what they love to do. They don't have to be with the men so much. They can share some of their games and activities with us. So my husband liked the race car. He liked the race car. So what I ride, baby.
Right.
I learned how to ride. Then I learned how to drive. And see, when you're driving a race car, watch this. He liked them 5th and 6th gears. Oh, good. So I had to learn. So I broke a few gears in the beginning. I did. Learning.
Okay.
But I can drive a stick now.
All right.
Can y'all drive a stick?
I can drive a stick.
Can you drive a stick?
Yeah.
She don't know what to say. She's scared to answer, right? Girl. And then you get in the 1st gear, in the 2nd gear, then the 3rd gear. When you put in 4th gear, he ain't gonna never ever leave you no more. And if you put in the 5th gear, he's on lock.
You talking about the race car?
She is so natural.
You talking about the race car? We started out talking about driving the car.
I'm talking about driving a car.
You started driving the car?
He become the car.
The car.
He become
Right.
the car.
Okay, keep me updated.
I know you ain't trying it. When you already told me that.
No, I didn't know what you were talking about.
You want some sweet tea, baby? You want some sweet tea? So listen.
Thank you.
Listen. So can you drive a stick?
I can.
How many gears?
I can get to 5. You taught me.
Oh, Jesus.
I've been in your lesson 15 years. I'm a professional.
So Fred,
You know,
All right.
I'm a car guy.
Wow, you a car guy? What kind of cars you like? Light colored cars or dark colored cars?
Black on black.
Well, young, you missed it.
You missed it.
He say you like black on black.
I'm black in the bedroom. You turn off the lights, how many color you want me to be?
Red ball.
When the lights go out, how many color you want me to be?
Turn off. Hit it for me.
Mama.
Ain't got nobody hit that song for me real quick. And light the candle.
You sound better, Mom. I say it best.
See, he will fool me. You don't fool me on my own show. Don't you know I got an audience out there that's watching and listening to us? He gonna trick his mama. So what would you do with your husband tonight in the cave? What are you going to learn from him? Or what are you going to introduce him to? You already ready for him. So where you going?
We're gonna play. He like to play this game called, what's the name of it? Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Listen, did y'all hear that? Call of Duty. Call of Duty. That's telling me something. He's saying it's an assignment, and it's your duty now. So I call you to your duty. Oh,
That's right.
will you explain it?
Well, it's just, you go in, you get the mission, you attack the mission, lay it down.
So how long y'all been married?
8 years.
8 years. So how long did you learn? Did it take you to get her to learn the Call of Duty?
Well, she came in the door. She came in the door.
Call of Duty. Well, okay. Well, I think y'all ready for me in here tonight. And you like cars. And she, what motor car do you like?
I take a V8.
Ah, that's a big one.
Mm.
You know,
Oh,
Ooh. Ah,
She's so bad.
queen.
oh, I'm telling you. Well, how long have you all been married?
Oh, a year and a half.
So what have you all learned and experienced in the year and a half that it took you all to learn before you got married? Well, wait a minute, let me turn this around. What interests you the most about her for you to ask her to marry you? And I'm not trying to turn around audience, but we're just having fun.
You mean when we met or just
How did you all meet?
we met at one of my events.
Event.
So I'm a promoter.
Oh,
And so
I can't
she
tell.
came to a party that I did.
What kind of party?
A poetry event.
Poetry event.
I came to, he's my cousin's business partner, so he was late and I was working the door for him. And he's quite arrogant. So he walked in past me, but if I'm doing a favor for you, you should speak. So he didn't speak to me. So that whole night I sat with my cousin talking about him like, oh, he think he fine.
Yeah, that's what he
He
thought.
himself.
That's why when they asked me, see, last week they asked me a question on the other show. Would I have been, what the lady name that waited 17 years? Noah John White.
Whoa.
You know I wouldn't have waited no 17 years. I ain't waiting 1 year. Now we got folk out there that do that. No, I am called to the call of duty. I am called to the call of duty. I ain't waiting 17 years building up his ego. Building up that man. Now he feel like he got it all together. Everybody know how to work the salad bar.
So at the end of the night, I went to go pay for my drink.
And she,
And he said, so can I be a part of why you smiling? And
oh no.
right, I said, oh, so now you know how to speak? And he was like, what?
She had these red pants on. I'm gonna just be.
Oh yes.
My wife fine now, so she has red pants on. I was like, and so she already red. Yeah, that just put it all together for me. I'm just being honest with you.
I've been trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you.
She has some red leather pants. Was them pants leather?
They were not leather.
Oh, they were tights. I already know they were tights. I've been trying to get her out of tights for 15 years.
They were jeans,
No, they
but they
were
were just
jeans.
tights. They were fitting all in the right places. That's what was happening.
So how long did it take him to know that he would want you to? How long did it take you to know?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I was, a long time.
It didn't take a long time.
Well, it took me a long time.
You know why it took him a long time, ladies? I'll tell you why.
So,
When you give him the cookies too soon.
no.
Yeah, I bet you, I already know she gave you the cookies probably that night or the next night.
She
I was a good girl. I was a good girl for a while.
And so I had to get serious. So,
How long it took you to get serious?
How long we dated?
We dated 3 years.
3 years.
Oh!
We were friends first.
We were friends the first year. We weren't dating. He was doing his thing. I was doing my thing. You know, but you getting me. Mhm.
So in 3 years that you all dated before you got married, he didn't get the cookies.
We don't want to say 3
Oh, well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. This is real talk.
Real talk. I take it.
Real people. Are you all real people?
Yes.
Well, real what?
Yes.
Don't you let that man get your cookies 3 years and don't know that if you are wifey material. They should know in 3 months if you are wifey material. I don't want to start screaming. I'm having a good time.
Come on.
But Elder Fred, I enjoyed that though. So somewhere I was somewhere around that. But I think I'm the reason. When did he say I do?
We was here already. We was here.
That's very interesting though. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
What about you and her? How long you all been married?
We've been married for 6 years.
6 years. So how long did you know that you wanted her to be your wife?
It took me 2 years.
2 years. You all have such a beautiful marriage. You all have such a beautiful. You all remind me of the saying that we say, twin flames. You all fit that to perfectly. The baby look like both of you all. You all work the same job. You all are together 7 days a week. You can see yourself. You know how he think. He know how you think. That's when you know that it is twin flames. And then we begin to look alike, talk alike, do things alike. So I think that, and I'd like to compliment you all's marriage. And
Amen.
you all only been
Amen.
married 6 years.
Amen. Amen.
Wow.
Amen.
So what would you change if you go change something about you all's marriage? What would you change, or what could you change tonight?
Just being more intimate with one another.
Oh, you just said earlier you didn't know how to drive a stick. So do you not? So where you gotta go and buy a stick?
Right.
The play one. I said, now this is first, this is the second.
Nah, she knows how to drive. She knows how to ride. She's
There
good.
you go.
Okay, well then, she said also more intimate. I don't think she's talking about her.
Right.
I think when she says being more intimate, she's asking for you to be more intimate in the relationship. So what could you do to change the way that you have been in the 3 years that you all have been married? What could you do?
I can make her my game.
Awesome.
Perfect answer. So spade tonight.
Strip rope.
It's a man cave. We're in the cave, ladies. Listen, audience, we're in the cave tonight. Anything can be said. You're in the man cave. Welcome to the man cave. I just had you to like and share. Hit YouTube, Facebook, stream. Let folk know that the Seymours, the Queen of Love and the Gentleman is on, and I got some people in here tonight. I got some men and women, and now he's going to play spade with his wife. Strip poker. Oh.
I think he just said this. I don't think they gonna do it.
You challenge him to it, don't you? The baby is not in the room, right? Oh, both of y'all said that. So you all are at liberty. You got your cards already? Oh, wow. He got cards already and you ain't playing no strip poker?
Not yet, but we will.
Tonight.
That's right.
We gonna challenge you. The ladies challenging you. So you gotta initiate the poker game.
There you go.
You gotta warm the car up.
She's something else. She's something else. She's something Dr. Seymour, Dr. Seymour. Oh, are you doing? Oh, are y'all doing audience? We're in tonight and I'm coming in. Oh my God, it's amazing. These lovely couples we have here tonight. But I gotta stop. It's a man cave. And there's only one thing wrong. Dr. Seymour cannot come in my man cave.
Whoa.
Without her stilettos on. She got him up her ears on. She ain't got her ears on. She can't come in the man cave. She can't come in the man cave. That's a rule that we have in this man cave. She ain't got, look, I'm sure they're red bottoms too. She can disturb me in the man cave, but anytime if she comes on there with her ears on, if she ain't got no ears on, she got, so now she got her ears on, we can have some party in the man cave. Talk to us, Dr. Seymour.
I love the man cave. I love the man cave. I don't know about you all. Stuff happens. Stuff happens.
Yes.
The secrets are revealed in the man cave. If you want to know the secret of your man, your lover, your husband, follow him to the man cave. Let him start talking to you their language, so that now we can keep up with what they're doing, and now we can meet their desires.
Yes.
We can bring them the pleasures that's going to make them relax 7 days a week. But if we never get into the hidden secrets that's in the man cave, we will never know what to do to identify what's in the that's hidden in his heart. Because we just go cry and carry ours around building, but she found say she said as good looking as her husband, he's not intimate. Intimate means romantic.
Yes.
And the worst thing you can be married to in this season, and one from y'all, is an unromantic man.
That's right.
Your body cries for romance. Talk to me.
Yes.
Your body be saying, "Ooh, Jesus, if he would just put his arm around me and just tell me he love me, I'm pretty." Oh Lord, that Negro just don't never know what to do. You know, is that real language?
That's
You know,
right.
we don't need the silent language. We need to hear it in our ears. We need to know that we're fulfilling everything about them. And then if you're not telling us what we're not fulfilling, then we miss stuff. So there are things that they are desiring, but because they are ashamed to open up and tell us, we don't know how to fulfill their desires. You know, and that's what happened with Elvis and I when we first met. Before we married, we would have talks about everything. And I would tell him what I liked, and he would tell me what he liked. And it just wasn't no shame. And that's why it's been 10 years now of being like we are. Elvis on the top of my list is intimacy.
Yes.
Talk to my emotions.
Yes.
Love on my emotions. I don't care if I'm acting crazy. I don't care how I'm acting. Love my emotions.
That's right.
Speak to my emotions. Speak to the most intimate parts about me. Speak to my brain. Speak to my ears. Speak to my eyes. You can speak to my eyes. Elvis and I would be riding to Fort Lauderdale years ago. And while we was riding, he would be playing. He just reach over there and take my hand. He was making intimate love, just silent love, by kissing on my hand. I reminded him the other week. See, it's those things that saves your marriage and can take it all the way to another level. Laughter is the best thing in marriage, and your first ministry is in your marriage.
Yes.
Every marriage, the strength of your marriage becomes your ministry. So a lot of people don't focus on their marriage because they don't understand. My ministry started when I said I do. The moment you said I do, your ministry woke up. Now we're so compatible that we believe in the same thing, we're doing the same thing, we're working with the same leader, we're agreeing with the leader. That's when ministry becomes focused and things begin to start developing. Now we're creating what we want in our home. So we're charging our atmosphere with our love and our relationship. If the four walls know that you have a relationship, the enemy can't come past those four walls.
Wow, that's good.
Because the four walls know what's going on in the house. I wrote something down, and I probably might not should share it, but I said last night, if mirrors was talking, you know how many people have made love to a mirror? They wake up and pray to the mirror. They talk to the mirror. They do everything to the mirror. So imagine if the mirror could talk, it would tell things that you say, Lord, if that doggone Fred, you looking in the mirror, putting on your makeup. Lord, why take him so long to get dressed? The mirror is holding that secret. The mirror in most of your bedrooms is facing your bed. Y'all better talk to me. In most black people bedrooms, the mirror is facing the bed. So guess what the mirror sees?
Everything.
The naked butt. Now imagine if that mirror, if the spirit would come out of that mirror and say, I've been watching you forever since you've been married. I know everything about you. I know more about you than you can remember that you've done or said. Because the mirror is holding all the secrets.
That's right. That's good.
I wrote that down last night. I said, if the mirror would talk. You know, folks talk about walls could talk. Walls, if they could talk, but if a mirror could talk, imagine it would have a face. Because the mirror can put a face with what it got. It can put the body with what it's collecting. So that's why it's so detrimental that we work on our marriages, saving our marriages, renewing your marriage. Renew your vows as often. You don't have to do them in the church. You can do them at a dinner table. You know, say, baby, you know, I'll take you to be my lawful wedded husband for the rest of my life. I'm so glad God brought me to you. You know, you can renew your vows. You don't have to wait to Valentine or a marriage meeting or a marriage thing. And as often as you renew your vows, imagine the intimacy.
Yes.
Because now it's going to put romance. Women was made for romance. Y'all heard that?
That's right.
Women was made for romance, and men was made for sex. Men, sex. Women want to be what?
Romance.
Romance not to intuition. Is that the word? Romance me. Romance everything. I like when I go home and every evening and I'm tired or not, I'm gonna prop my feet in Elvis' lap.
Yes.
That's relaxing. Then he gonna play with my toes. Tell me that ain't good.
Yes, it is.
Boy, these women say, all of them say yes.
Kiss it too.
Okay, wives.
My husband does that.
Oh,
Yeah, I ain't know we were supposed to trump what he just said, but yeah, that does.
You know what? I got a bunch of freaks in my I believe I have a bunch of freaks in my church. Wisdom Center. I love it. I love it. I love it. You all are loving God. This is what I love. You all are loving God, and you're also loving your spouses.
Yes, awesome. Yes,
You're loving God, and you're loving your spouses. What I'm hearing is we are meeting each other right where they are.
Yes, right.
I heard Apostle preach that years ago, and I never forget it. In other words, these husbands and wives, as you all are learning each other, you're meeting each other right where they are, even in their weaknesses. Because we're all weak in some area.
Amen.
In some area in our marriages, we are all weak. To some extent, it might not be with money, it might not be with another man, but it could be attitude. It could be that he really don't like your cooking, and he just don't tell you. He might not like the way that you do things, he don't want, but we all. Amen. But God, by the grace of God, look at the strength of what I'm looking at this table. Now, if you could change anything about him, what would you change? Wait a minute, how many years has it been?
23, July this year, make 24 years. 23 years right now.
Y'all been married longer than I've been born.
Okay. But you know, Pastor, I wanted to say, you said something about ministry and marriage. And one of the things, it took me back because I haven't thought about this in years when Apostle Powell started in ministry as a senior pastor. That was never a conflict with the two of us, with he and I. He always balanced ministry. He always balanced family. He always balanced the marriage. And I never thought about it until you just said it, like, wow, that was awesome. Because, you know, I've seen women of my generation, they lost their marriage.
Yes.
Because their husband was more church, trying to get things right, working with the members, you know, setting things up, even the tests and trials of a ministry. And marriages have been severed through that. You know, children was born, and so you're talking about, you know, now living separated and just taking care of children through child support, or, you know, however they do it. But, and I find it to be vital and important that, you know, whether you're a new pastor or your years in it, it's good for a wife really to know that she is taken care of even by you with all of this going on. You know, he always included me in ministry. I never went to bed and felt forsaken.
Come on, listen. I have a book, Silent Tears. I don't know if you've read it, of a pastor's wife.
Yes, ma'am.
And because you spoke that, you know, your husband been a pastor and been an apostle and all of this for years. So, in that book, I have pastors' wives have to wear a mask.
Yes.
Because of the abuse and the neglect,
Right.
And the love that they long for. They're put on the second row. They're put in handcuffs, or they are put on the front row with a handkerchief in front of their legs. But yet, there's so much turmoil in their marriage. So, what would you tell pastors' wives that's listening to us tonight? How would you strengthen another pastor's wife that's listening to the show tonight? Because they're listening.
I would say that you're born and anointed for the position that you're in with your husband. I don't think there is
Born and anointed.
You're born and anointed for it. I don't think there is nothing too hard. It may be new to you, maybe a new transition, but you know, stay faithful at it. Work on things. Always remove the negative out of all of the commotion or whatever is going on in it. If you remove the negative, then you'll be able to see the flourishing of what you are and what you two are together for, you know, the impact and for the influence of ministry to help change people's lives. But just stick with it and find resources and find resources that help keep you strong and strengthened and cultivate your mind to do this.
Resource the Wisdom Center.
What's that now? I'm coming to you. No, I'm not. But it's
like this, it's platforms like this that really reach, it goes out and it helps men and women, to be that one. I believe when we took our vows, we meant it, but we forget about when the storms come in relationships, in the marriage, it may be through the children, maybe through the bills, it may just, be an illusion of false accusations.
Yes.
And so you have resources like this, take advantage of it, listen to it, and learn how to, find your balance in what's being said and learn how to use it. But women, we are strong. We are really strong, and we are capable to do things that help change. Before we change the world, we can change it right there in our marriage, change it in our home, and then it shares out and spread abroad to the
Because so many people are so busy trying to save others and not saving their own. But Apostle, what would you say to pastors and apostles and bishops that's watching? I have a lot of them that inbox me, and they're very unhappy. They're just unhappy with situations. What could you say tonight? Their wives are not being complete to them at home. Don't know how to be a wife in the ministry and support and help build the ministry. So what would you say to pastors and bishops, men of God that's watching us tonight? What would you say to encourage them on how to rebuild and restore their marriage in the ministry and in the church?
Oh, that's so powerful, Dr. Seymours. First of all, I'm so glad to be here with you.
Amen.
So glad to be here with you, our leading lady of wisdom. Apostle, one of the things is, and thank you, rebuilding and restoring. I never forced nothing on Pastor Wanda. I never forced. Now most preachers be like, man, I want to have a prayer life. I want her to read the Bible. I always just allow Wanda to be Wanda.
Yes.
Regardless of what people may thought of me being a preacher, a minister, I never forced a relationship with God. I just allowed her to just grow with God.
And I wasn't there. He was there. I wasn't there.
Come on, teach that. Really?
Yes. I was like 10 paces
Behind him.
Yes.
But nobody never knew that.
No, man.
Because you carried yourself in a certain way
Yeah.
that nobody knew it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I never forced it. I want you to have a relationship with God. I want to see you praying more. I never told her that. I never forced it. And I seen preachers in my era, young men were like, I want my wife to have a bunch of rules.
Right.
I want my wife to do this. And if I'm a preacher, I'm like, man, just let the sisters be. Just let her be. And you just focus on being the best man that God you can be. And it'll rub off of her.
Hey.
It'll rub off of her. It'll rub off on the apostle. And one of the apostle, in the stories you always tell me about my dad, the late Elder Amos Fountain. I loved him. I knew everything about him, who he was. But you would say how he was more of a preacher and he wasn't romantic. I've been hearing that since I've been here in the earth realm. So I wanted to be the opposite of what you said my daddy was.
Yes.
As a preacher, I wanted to be the opposite of that. And so we'll get home, and when we go home from church, I don't want to hear God say, put some on the YouTube channel.
There you go.
Make me groove. And,
There you go.
And I just
How
ask
you
him,
grew?
I tell him, make me groove, make me dance.
He got that wine and say, right about there.
Yeah, do something. But I just wanted to, I wanted her to be my girlfriend. I wanted her to be my girlfriend. I wanted a girlfriend. So even as God started raising up, and you tell me it's more to Wanda, it's more to, and I was like, I just want a wife. I didn't want, I appreciate a prayer warrior and I appreciate a missionary, but when I come home, I just want my lady. I want a lady. Yes.
Apostle, you said something, and we're gonna get to some more. You said something to me a while back, and I think I've been teaching about it. When a man of God come out of the pulpit and goes into his office, he don't need the armor bearer. Tell him what you said.
I always tell them, men, go home, go be with your ladies. I want my lady now. They know if the guys that's with me, they remember that they'll be around me, because you know men want to be around the preacher, you got done preaching, and they'll be around. You remember that they'll be around me. And where's Joyce? Where's Wanda? Where's like, where? Let me see. Come here. And so I've always just wanted a lady. Because like you talking about a boy, when they preached about the end of the world when I was 6 or 7, I thought the world was going before I had sex. No, I did. I did, because they were preaching about the end of the world. They were the moon is going to turn great drops of blood. And the fear of God came on me early. And I would tell God after I repented at 6 or 7, I hadn't done much sinning at 7. But the The fear of God was on you. You know the apostolic leaders could talk about fear of the world.
We know, don't we know?
And my one thing to God was, God, don't let the world in. I hadn't had sex yet. I hadn't made out with nobody. Well, that's what I thought. So when I finally got married, I'm still making out that mouth. You gonna get everything I thought I wasn't gonna get as a boy. So, don't let me mess up. Don't let me mess up. So, it's the man game.
See, now y'all, that's why we came into the man cave, right? Get your groove on, get your groove on.
So I can't resist her. She walked through the house a certain way.
I know.
She'll run from me. Like, come here, you know. She was getting dressed tonight. I'm like, God, girl, what is this? That's why I don't know what people say after 24 years or 30-some years. I appreciate the weight. I appreciate the extra thickness. I do. I tell her that, girl. You know what I'm saying? That lady put that weight on the girl. All that love and more for me.
You know, one time, Apostle, I know that you said that because
I like that.
a man complain about. He don't like it when a man complain about the wife that gained weight.
Don't do that.
Because he told me, he said, Amos told me, he said, all that weight that Wanda put on, I put that weight on her. He said, I love every part of it because Wanda weighed 90 pounds when they married.
Angel, when I see Angel, I see her.
Yeah, and that made me appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? My God, what are we looking for? We have mentors, men of God. God has given us mentors over here at the Wisdom Center. You don't have to divorce your wife. You don't have to divorce your husband. God have groomed us into mentors. Let me tell you this. People have disagreed with me, Apostle. And a lot of folks don't like me, but I told you Wanda was your wife.
You sure did. You sure did.
And so when I do that, I hear people say that all the time. That's in a cut, and you ain't supposed to pick nobody's wife. You gonna pick nobody's wife for them. I pick your wife, Teresa. I pick your husband.
Yes, ma'am.
And so don't tell me it won't work. The leader's supposed to have the vision of the house. If I don't have the discerning and don't have the eyes to see, then I need to sit down. But this couple, you all been together how many years? And you still excite him.
Yes.
And you couldn't get dressed.
Literally, I run. I be like, wow, come on now.
And I said, why are you running? Why are you running? Come here. Come here. Why are you running from me?
And y'all ain't getting jealous. Come on now, be honest. Y'all getting a little jealous. You're getting a little jealous. I tell you, you're getting a little jealous, ain't you? Listen, I know this is where I'm at home. I know not to put on boxers. I know not to put on boxers because I'm gonna get raped.
I didn't know that. Wait a minute.
He is
I didn't know
horrible.
what bothering you.
My husband is horrible. Apostle.
I believe you.
We done bought y'all. We got the Alexander Wayne boxers. We got the Versace boxers. What's the other kind we got here? See, he know. Ask him how he know. How do you know, baby? So when I go home, I find one of the biggest house dresses. Oh my God! Because he's a maniac. But I love every bit of it. It keeps me groomed. It keeps me healthy. It keeps the spark in me. You know, y'all look at, I'm out every day, all day. 7 days a week, he keep me full of energy because I know that I'm loved. I'm being loved in my mind. I'm being loved about my hair. He picks every wig that I wear. Elvis picks it. Every hairstyle. This is the truth. You know, everything about me, and he's my Lyft driver. He's my Uber driver. Where we going today, baby? Where we going tomorrow? Then he's my oxtail cook. Then he's my steak cook. You know, he is, and he never. Elvis has never ever complained when I fix something that I want him to fix. He has never said he don't feel like it. For the last 8 years, I haven't made up the bed. Am I telling the truth?
That's right.
I don't make up the bed. Not that I can't, but it's like God gave me my twin flame, and I love every bit of my husband. You know, he like to hear me say that. Let me slow down. And I love every bit of it. But this is, you know, like most men and Evans will go somewhat to the place where we like to shop to buy some of my clothes. And we get there, what do other men be doing, Evans?
tell you you smell.
I ain't talking about how I smell now. I'm talking what the other men be doing when you walk in this store that we buy my clothes. They be sitting in a chair.
And we, yes.
And you
And
be
you shop together. I'm gonna pick up cause I want to see her the clothes. I'm gonna pick up what I want to see her in. So we walk around the store and we pick out the clothes together. And that's just how we do it.
And then he get in the line and
I've seen it. I've seen it.
it's the truth. It's the truth. And I pray that we're inspiring other marriages.
That's right.
You know, even if we can do it on Sunday, we're praying that we inspire. No matter what the doctors try to say about me, the love that Elvis gives me pushes that out.
Yes.
You can't be sick when there's so much love that's covering you. You know what I'm saying? Love is covering me. So when the doctor give a diagnosis, he come back, but baby, I love you. So guess what had happened? It goes back to the doctor. It goes back into the atmosphere. But perfect love. I am being embraced. And that's what I want to see happen. Thank you, Amos. That's what we're here for tonight. It's to enhance marriages. You know, let you know, you ain't got to wait till Valentine's, February the 14th to embrace your wife. Fred, you know where your arms should be? Right around that, right there. See, this is how black men do. You love them in the dark. Talk to me. You love them in the dark. I'm not a midnight lady. When Elvis met me, he used to call me one night at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And he would call me and say, I'm just checking in. I'm just seeing how you're doing. And I just want to hear your voice. I said, well, you've heard my voice. What else you want?
That's right. So one night I called you, Dr. Seymours, and you said, and nothing, after 11 legs, what do you want? I said, oh my God, this is a grown lady. I have to change my game. I have to shift right there. I have to change my game. I had to come a little bit different.
So he took me to Fort Lauderdale, y'all. No, he took me to South Beach.
That's right.
Listen, and we go on a dinner cruise. Remember that dinner cruise, Evans?
Yes,
And so while we riding on the dinner cruise, having a nice dinner, you all ever been on dinner cruise?
Yes, ma'am.
On the yacht.
Yes.
While we're on the, that's what I'm, oh God. This Negro say, come here, baby, come here, baby, come here, baby. So he take me downstairs, and I thought we were going to the restaurant, and we did go to the restaurant.
One of us went.
That was a lifetime.
Go ahead, no.
Evans has introduced me. See, everybody think it's me, really, in a lot of things. But it's really him. He introduced me to stuff, some things I had never ever done, never ever experienced. So he would always ask me, what is your fantasy? Evans asked me that for a year, what is your fantasy? And I told him, I don't have no fantasies because all my fantasies been fulfilled. You remember this, baby?
No, she was gonna act like I was late to the game. Facebook. She don't have no fantasy. I said, hold on. So I said, okay, I'm gonna give you a minute or two. So after a minute or two, she had.
I did have a
Yeah.
Oh Lord, somebody help us! Somebody help us tonight! Welcome to the Man Cave. Help us tonight. Help us.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. So who all I didn't get?
Right here. No, right here. No, this end.
What could you all change?
What I would change about him is like Apostle Howard was saying that that's his girlfriend. I want to be his girlfriend, and I want him to be my boyfriend. I want him to date me.
Oh, good. And you know what? Okay, Elvis.
That's what we do. So that's what we do.
Well, okay, he loves cars. So get into, this is what you do. You submit to him and become what he is. See, what we have to learn to do is how to submit. Like, I had never gone to racetracks and stuff, where they race cars. And so when Elvis took me there, I said, it was boring. He never knew that until now. Every time he went, though, I went with him. And when I sit up there with him, and I sit there with him, and I put on something sexy, show all my legs and all my breasts, and I'm gonna sit right there on the bleachers with him. And I'm gonna say, yeah, I don't know what I'm yelling. Just a month ago, what were we at, baby? Road Atlanta. We parked on the wrong side. Yeah. Because every time they have them show, we going. And we were there, and then it was cold. And then we moved from one side and went to the other. We stayed there until it was over. I'm not interested. But that's what he liked. So I had to get involved in what he liked. And then I dressed for the for the occasions. I'm going to the racetrack. I'm not wearing certain clothes. So I went and bought race car clothes. So we go to the track. I have a race car. Y'all have to look at my clothes. I'm not lying. Let me tell y'all what I did though. While he's sitting there watching the game, I got my Bible right. He don't know one of my study books. I'm sitting in the chair studying. Am I telling the truth? I believe you. And I'm getting wisdom from God while he's sitting there. When he holler, I say, "Yeah, baby." And I'm writing, but I'm writing my notes of what I'm writing. So I got two things out of it. I'm winning over my husband at the same time, but I haven't lost who I am. I haven't forgotten my assignment, so I'm still sitting there studying for the wisdom of God while he's doing that. So get involved. I always stop instead of us. So much women complaining, become what your husband is. Ever as a freak, so I had to become the freak of young. I was born a freak. I don't care what nobody says. I believe God born a freak by nature. So, but he's a freak, so I had to become freak, so I become freaky young. But husband,
What's your question?
what could you do to change your marriage?
I learned to be romantic. She took me all the time about my dad. So I was just being together to be romantic. I don't know nothing to do besides what I like. I thought about what she liked. Am I liking this? I thought it all mattered. You took me all the time, you said about how dad was. And that's how I end up being just like my dad. It's about phone, not why. And I have to learn more and more to consider some of the things like the last few Mondays we went to the flea market. She didn't know I really liked it. I was getting out with us, and they were doing something to me, and they making me update my goal. But now I just want to learn to be more romantic and learn to do manly things with her. I don't know. Not that I don't know nothing about, but learn more how to
Be creative. And watch. This is what we have to watch. The generational curse side of it. Because like I told Amos, how his dad was, so he purposed in his heart not to be like his dad. And remember the reason his dad and I is not together to this day is because his dad was poor. And I was a young lady at that time, and I would go to the post office. We're on TV. I need everybody to hear this. And we would go to the post office. He would drive me all over America. He was the best husband I had had. I can't take that away from him. He was supportive. He supported not just the 4 that I had for him, but he took on the 6 that I had before he married me. And nobody didn't know those was not his children. But he just was horrible in the baby. I don't know how we made 5 babies. I would lay in the bed and cry. Literally cry. Y'all don't know, I would cry. Jesus. And Lord have mercy. I go to the post office one day, just like you all do. You let your wife go to the post office. You sit in the car. I go in the post office. He's sitting in the van. And all of a sudden, there's this tall, good-looking Negro to me. And he said, "How you doing today, Sister Powell?" I said, "I'm doing well." He said, "Well, you're looking lovely and you're smelling well." You know, I've always got those guys talking. And you're smelling well. And one conversation led to a phone call. One phone call led to another phone call. Next thing you know, I'm supposed to be at work. I'm over at his house. That's why, but so your dad didn't have a shield around him. The shield of completeness. In other words, there has to be a hedge that every marriage is putting in. And when that man don't put a shield around his wife, he will look up and he think everything is all right. And she's gone. And so when their dad finally realized it was over, it was about a year later. It didn't happen like that. He was come to pick me up and I'm already got to run, make sure I make it home, make sure I made it to the job in a taxi before he would get there to pick me up. And this is the stuff that messes up marriages. The intimacy gets into our mind. Can you not tell intimacy isn't one to see it? You know what intimacy is being fulfilled. So it don't leave no open door. There's no open door in my marriage. But then ain't no woman can come in mine either. Ain't no open door. I will beat the hell out of her. You get my husband's sister. I pray she ain't watching us tonight. We go on. My husband's sister came to visit us last year. And they hadn't seen each other, I think, in 18, 19, 20 years. I didn't know he had a sister. I know y'all already reading that. You gonna come tell me I was saying my sister come visit. First he started me with his cousin. First he started telling me he got a cousin. You got a what? Man, we've been married 10 years. I ain't heard about no cousin. She my first cousin. She want to come. Come where? No, hell no. Where they do that at? You ain't been bring nothing new in here after 10 years. 10 years. No, then all of a sudden come a sister. So I told him, I said, one night, I said, how all of a sudden you got a sister? We've been married 10 years and I ain't never met her. What's her name? So now I need to know how she built. Yeah, I need to know how you build her. You know, what's going on here? But now watch this. I am a real person.
That's right.
I don't care how much I speak in tongues. I am anointed with the Holy Ghost. I'm still a real lady. And what I'm trying to do is save marriages. You bring nothing new in here. Not instead of coming to my house. I ain't planning you. No, I go to sleep. I can't be up babysitting all night wondering if you're going downstairs to her room and I think that's your sister. I ain't done it. You know, some of y'all done it. He done gone downstairs while you sleep. Where they do that at? Nah. See, it's real talk. Real people in the man cave. They invite us into the cave. So what we're going to do? Did I get everybody? One. Okay. Where your husband?
Really?
Where your husband? It's set right there. Well, let me ask you this. What did your husband do? Okay, but then you see his face. Then you know who your husband is. You know, there's some women out there that need to know he got a wife. Huh? You know, women need to know that they ain't met y'all together before. So, Teresa, what would you like for? Ooh, look at that. What did your husband do different that would show you more?
Be more affectionate.
I went on my 5 for 5 on Bishop Bloom. I'm in here. They tried to make me change that.
Go ahead.
And I said, I know how God gave it to me. Ciola Spencer gave me that at 4024 Paulding Street. How many years ago? We talking about almost 20 years ago. God gave me that when I was having my marriage meeting with my first young people. And he said, and I lined it up like that when I was having my marriage meeting. And the first thing he said, the first thing about a woman is what you just said. What did you say? What you said. Intimacy and affection is what? The same thing. Now they tried to get me to change that on my 4 o'clock show. And I said, I can't do that because I know how it's going. So what is neglected in here? Why would they neglect you all intimacy? If they would give you all, they ought to give you that. Just like you ought to open your legs to them. They ought to make sure that your most affections is covered because they are your covering. And when when a man leaves us uncovered, that's what happened. Now, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gotta prove it. This is Adelia's Chronicles. When Adam left Eve uncovered, something happened.
That's right.
We are intimate creatures, Wanda. You gotta be affectionate with me. Go ahead.
You taught it on the show one Monday. You were saying that if a woman's affection is fulfilled, there's nothing that a woman won't do for her spouse. Her spouse won't have to desire anything if your affections are met.
That's true.
You know how you say like ever talk to your emotions.
Yeah.
That's a drive for me.
It's a drive.
It's a drive.
Come talk, women.
And of course, I think for in most cases, with the men, they don't know the inner of, they know their inner. And so because women are so raised to please men, please them sexually, please them, with that dinner and clean house and things like that, we're taught to please that. But usually men don't know the inner of nourishment for for their spouses. And like, you know, using the way that you teach us and have taught us for years, it's so repetitive that, you know, I always think that by now we should have a little bit more, you know, progress in our marriage when it comes to intimacy and affection. Because if you think about it, you're talking about, you're dealing with the woman from the inside.
Yes.
And that's what intimate is dealing with the intimate. And so you're talking about like all the things you explain with your relationships is my mind, how my mind feels about this. It goes from the mind and it actually like covers the whole body. Not the whole body is ready for the activity of making love or sex, whichever one you want to call it. Yeah, we use a different language because we find out sex is boring.
Sex is good.
Yeah, we use another language.
Oh, I like that. Whatever the love.
Yeah.
I like that one. I'm gonna learn that one.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? When a woman don't feel, see, we talk about loving. If you are showing me intimacy, then I know that you love me. If you're not being affectionate with me, you don't love me. I'm just there for you. I am a convenience for you. You don't want to cheat. You don't want to go out and do something wrong. So I'm the convenience for you. And I don't want to be your mate. So what happens is they make you become their maid and not their friend and their partner. You have to be their friend. You have to be their partner. I am the brain. Evans is the brain. We put our brains together. Now when you put your brains together, you can come up with something. It ain't Evans and then Adelia. No, that's why when they introduce us, they say the queen of love and the gentleman. Because we are one. If these men are not being affectionate with the women, you got to watch this. What are they being affectionate to? If your husband's, because why did they marry you? When you have babies, when you have, what are you going? When you have babies, wait a minute. When you have babies, do you know, I know when every baby has been loved by the parent, that this is a good parent, a parent, we're going to let it go. Amelia is loved by mama and daddy. She smiles all day long. She smiles and hugs and she's lovable all the time. That's how you know there's intimacy there. You can feel the silent tears of women that's not being intimately in romance. I refuse. I divorced my children daddy for that same reason. It caused me to commit adultery. I ain't telling nobody to commit adultery, but I'm saying soon my body caught up with my emotions. And you don't like that other side. And we're going to take 1 minute, but do we have any questions tonight? For the audience, from the audience. War.
We have a question, but you have a lot of views, a lot of followers.
Amen. Amen.
And
So what could you do though to help your man?
I'd like to be more affectionate. But I wanted from a man's point of view of his parents tonight. But I wanted to agree with one thing you said about compatibility. Compatibility is very, very important in a relationship. When you're not compatible, what you do find yourself is compromised because of the situation. Like you just gave the example, or you're just because of this, just because of that. When you're older man, you try to just keep peace in the situation. You just don't want this to happen. You're more mature. The maturity part about a man is, well, I'm not going to go cheat, so I'll just end up doing this. But I feel like compatibility, interest in the relationship is very important. You can't put two D batteries, you can't put a D battery and a AA battery in a remote and expect it to work. It has to be two AA batteries in that remote, or AAA batteries for the remote to work. So when you're in a marriage relationship, when you got two different batteries, nothing about that device is going to work out. So as from a man's point of view, just the same way for women to express about intimacy and romance, that interest and compatibility have to be there.
Okay, so what would you say on that?
That's a good question, Apostle. You say interest?
Interest have interest, there have to be compatibility.
Now, give me just a little more understanding of what you're saying.
Well, like I said, like what things about in the man cave we do like interesting, like so some of the examples were play games, do different things, or to the man's eye, it always has to be a catch about it. I don't matter if it's your wife, girlfriend, or whatever. Every man's interest is in what he sees, what you look at, you know, the shape or this and that. You don't want to just say I'm looking at this just because. You want to say I'm looking at this and I like it because I like what I see. You know, we don't You just want to be interested in what you see. You go into a store to buy an outfit, you let the outfit because you're interested in what you see. You know, sometimes the salesman can say, oh, they can recommend something, but you don't like what he recommends, even if it's in your best interest. You want to buy what you see. So that's what I say, a lot of times have interest in what you see.
Can I add something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One thing I noticed, the things that I struggle with now are things I love when my wife and I dated. One of them is I had my own house, she had her own house. So I look forward to seeing her, not knowing what the hell was gonna look like. I didn't know what she was gonna wear, I didn't know what she was gonna look like. And so that, you know, looking forward to seeing her and not knowing, I think is what I miss. You know, that's one of the things that like man, if I could just maybe go up the street and change, come pick her up when you go on a date. You know, that's things I miss, you know, or the times when she used to come to my house and there was nobody else there. And I had her full undivided attention. Like, those are the type of things that I think will bring back.
Whoa.
Because I need to be more romantic also. You know, I'm trying to examine myself. Man, what is it? Why am I not romantic? And that's one of the things that's not an excuse. That's just information that I needed for myself. And I just wanted, that's two of the things I miss most. You know, man, I wish I, in some kind of way.
You could have your girlfriend back.
Right.
And the reason I can hear you, we're not going to hold you our listeners up for about 5 more minutes. Elvis used to come to my house in Ibis. You saying go ahead. Oh, Elvis used to come to our house in Ibis. And I had these special Victoria's Secret house coats and gowns. And it was just by habit when I would answer the door. That's what I answered the door in. And so
I feel like I was moving.
and that's for real. So every now and then he say, you know, he just like for me to just put on my, in other words, meet my boyfriend at the door. Or when he come in the bedroom, be that girl that I was that attracted him during that time. So that's why I can relate to what you're saying. Because I think everybody have those days when you was dating or when you was sneaking and doing it and wasn't supposed to be doing it, you did all that kind of stuff. Once you said I do, that kind of stuff went under the table.
What, Apostle, what happens in that is marriage. Once the marriage, the zing from girlfriend and boyfriend and secret dating changed from now she's a mama, now she got her household duties, you know, now she ain't trying to impress you as much with the undergarments, as much everything turned to I'm just a mama now, just what you got. That's who I am. Been cooking all day. Look, I got 2 little children.
Yeah, your children.
And so, yeah, I get it. I remember Joseph said this sometimes, but I've been with your children all day. That's when you're younger. But in that situation, sometimes the wife can control it, or in some instances, the husband just, you know, when you're feeling that with your lady, like, baby, you know, I need you to put some sex on. We're going downtown Atlanta. We want to just change the ambience. It happens. I ain't saying it all the time, but sometimes you just want to do something like put this on. Let's go downtown Atlanta. Let's go out here tonight, and because I want to see you this.
Oh wow!
I know you're my children's mama. I know you take care of my house, but tonight I need you to do this for me.
I like
kind of keep that zing in it. That's one of the things I will recommend.
When he say it like that, I'd be like, what? Because it's the way he presented it. It's the presentation of, I just want to change it on yes. I want to be in play. He said just like that. And it just made me go, what?
Yeah. We're just humble on down. Yes. And one thing that I love in my marriage, and I don't know if most of y'all do it, but every week, if not twice a week, Els and I, we go and do a couples massage. It relaxes all of my, while I'm laying on that table with my head in that whatever you call that thing, I think, I have time to think. My body is relaxed, my muscles are being relaxed, my joints are being relaxed, and I do it every week, sometimes twice a week. I will go and have me get me a massage, Elvis and I, you know. Now, if we don't get to go out and do a lot of other things, and every week we go eat out. You know, every week we go eat out, and Elvis just gonna be rubbing on me at the place, Longhorn, and we get that porterhouse. But we're going to do something every weekend. We don't go out after 10 sometimes, but it's the evening sometimes that we spend together. That's called quality time. But what I really love is when we do our massages. Then when I come out, because he be already at the counter waiting, he'll say, baby, how was your massage? He'll know if I didn't like it. I said, it was good. Then I said, baby, that was a real massage tonight. But we make it a point of getting our massages. And it's only $50. You know, and he'll tell, they ask him what kind to give me. They go ask him what kind of mood she in, what she, and he tell them how to give me my massage. So tonight, did y'all go ahead, baby?
Before you go, Dr. Seymour, I want to add a little bit. I think what Mr. Ward was saying was very awesome for Apostle Power. I speak to being married to you as the apostle of the Wisdom Center and going around those fellowships and dealing with. I have the opportunity to meet a lot of preachers, and one of the questions that I ask a lot of preachers when I get to meet them and older guys, not older than myself, and I ask them, "What is your hobby?" And they don't have any. So when you start getting to know them more, and you know, some of them are married, and you know, start to really talk to them, and a lot of people, a lot of times, they don't really take time out really for themselves. I like what Pastor Paul was saying earlier on about his preaching, and he separated the preaching from his wife and going home. And a lot of times, preachers don't get into anything. And but that's what I was hearing from Mr. Ward. Sometimes he's the administrator. He's not a preacher, but he's an administrator, and he runs everything around here. And sometimes he's almost like a preacher, so you can get caught up in the ministry and what's going on, and you have to spend time, and you have to find the time to conversate with your wife. We one of the things about us, we have conversation. If I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you. And if you don't like something, you're gonna tell me, and we're gonna have a conversation about it. And between there got to be compromise. The wife got to compromise, and the husband got to compromise, and that's where we're missing it at. Sometimes we get too stuck in what we don't want to do and what we want to do. What we want this and we want that, but we don't want to compromise. The husband want to do something, it's a problem. The wife want to do something, it's a problem. But the wife still want what she wants, but the husband still want what he wants. There is no compromise. You talked about it earlier. You come to the race. You're interested in the race. I go to international race, Road Atlanta. People from Spain and Europe and major race, not little street guys racing. These are major races that I go to. Where you come and you sit there and I enjoy the world, and just to know that you are right there with me, that means the world to me. That means everything to me. So there, somewhere in there, even if you don't like something, you got to compromise. So now the compromise is going to give you what you want. So the romance is in the compromise. It's in the compromise. The female or the male.
See, what they don't know, like, we went out and bought a spider this summer. We went and bought a spider for me and him to ride in.
Yes.
We probably rode it 4 or 5 times, this stick shift. But we ride our spiders. We have fun in it. We try to always do stuff interesting to complement our marriage. And so those are the things that like when Elvis had the motorcycle, I had to ride on the back of it. You know, I never hear fun things that most of the married couples do. I never hear it. You know, go Chuck E. Cheese with the children. I ain't talking about nothing like that. You can go Chuck E. Cheese 7 days a week. I'm talking about riding a spider, just you and him, and riding all over town and your hair blowing all over your head. That's the kind of stuff.
Every time we ride, the rain catches us. That's been the fun part. We get out there, the rain be getting us, and she's my ride or die. That's when she really turned into my girlfriend. I mean, baby, let's put over this gas station. No, I ain't worried about that. I'm like, oh my God. She be my ride or die. And we ride in the rain. I'm talking the rain hitting me in my face. And I'm worried about her. Like, oh, you don't want no hell because she don't want to put nothing over her face. And the rain hitting me. And she don't say, come on, baby, let's go. We ain't worried about this rain. And we get on, we soaking wet coming out of that spider. But then we just go inside and we talk about it and we just enjoy it. But we have to compromise. We got to, whatever the spouse like, even if you don't like it, you got to let him enjoy himself. No, when you look at it, you're going to start enjoying yourself because you allow them to enjoy self or her. And there know you're going to have a balanced marriage because you're compromising. You ain't sticking to your gun. I don't want to do that. No, We're gonna compromise.
Because what you won't do,
Hello,
somebody else will. That was why I tried to get you all to buy Zaire a four-wheeler, I think, because you would have been up on it. Remember, you would have been riding it along with Fred, and it would have been something done in the family, you know. And so, but we never think we'll go buy us a vehicle, but the children are watching. And they're growing up thinking about this. I was saying, get that boy, go make you gonna make a debt for a car. You gonna make a debt for everything else. Make a debt for a $2,700 four-wheeler. Make him happy and complete. Now we can have fun. All they don't know it really ain't his four-wheeler. It would be y'all's. I'm saying stuff despite them. You know, think of stuff to do. But I'm not going to hold up all this more time. We've been here over an hour. We probably have bored the audience. We don't know. You think?
No, this was
No.
good.
Tonight.
It was good.
We have some cowboy steak in the bag, and I'm telling you, some tomahawk. And they just came off the grill, and all these couples that are tomahawk for each of these couples, and it is gonna be. I hope everybody enjoy. Let me say that.
I do. What would you like to leave with our audience tonight?
I enjoy every minute of it. You know, the laughter, listening to the Seymours, and just listening to the interests of other couples.
Amen.
Yeah, I think it was great.
Amen.
I would tell couples to stay tuned to Dr. Seymour and the gentleman, because we use the scrub that she gave us, that we purchased from you.
Yeah.
We use the scrub, we use the relationship oil, we use that, and it works. So I tell everyone to stay tuned, listen to what she have next, because her wisdom is always needed and it always works in your marriage.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
I just enjoyed it, as far as hearing the other couples, and then also being a younger man, hearing older men speak on the relationship experience, and to gain that clarity with things that I might have had questions with, or just to hear, okay, like this is what, as an older man, this is what he does with his movement, and it's like, okay, well, I can implement that too.
Yeah.
Do that, and, just different things to change up. And we went to the arcade and I needed a ski ball too.
Wow.
Yeah, I really appreciate
I've been to the skating rink. Go ahead.
I really appreciate just getting together and being able to converse with other couples, and seeing that we have some common ground. Like sometimes it's relief to see when somebody. I'm not saying that you want somebody else to struggle, but you see that you got some of the same. So I really appreciate that, and being able to bounce stuff. Iron sharpening iron, so being able to bounce stuff off each other's men, and also being able to hear it from the women as well. So I enjoyed that.
Amen.
And one of the things, I'm not sure if anybody else watched in our panel tonight, we all do ministry in life. We're all equally yoked in that area. So every one of them serves a position in our ministry. It's not like my wife is in the streets or just a member. All of us serve, and we're also all still lifing together. We may have dinner or go skating. But the one thing that I would leave Apostle is that when life starts lifing, if we can say it that way, when life starts lifing, remember to pause and still enjoy your spouse.
Wow. Wow.
Like that.
I was just glad to be here.
I would just enjoy the games with your husband. Like my husband likes food, so he can be my stick and I'll be his mom.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow. Way. She took us way in the cave. Whoa. Whoa.
I want to say I enjoyed the advice, and I'm going to take heed to the advice, and I love the experience from everyone in their marriages and what they're going through, and we're kind of going through the same thing. But I'm going to take heed to what you said about strip poker, and we're going to try that tonight.
Beautiful.
I just would say I enjoyed the session, and just encourage everybody to keep following every Monday to hear the Queen of Love and the gentleman give us expertise on how to enhance our marriage and how to keep going to the next level.
Wow. Pastor One.
I'm with Precious and Yana. Come back to the show. Tune in again, because when life starts lifing, I'm telling you, you're gonna get some good advice. You're gonna hear, counsel and stories, or just things that'll help cultivate your marriage or help line things up so that the marriage can be blessed, so that the family can be blessed. And that's what ultimately we desire. We want everything that we do about ourselves, about what we're connected to be blessed. So that's why I encourage you to do. Come back to the show and be blessed.
Come back to the show.
I'm with you, Dr. Seymour. I'm with Elder Brickshire. I'm extremely glad to be here amongst all these beautiful marriages,
Yes.
young marriages. And one of the things I encourage people, don't be too staid and stoic. Preachers, get out this February. Enjoy your spouses.
Yes.
Enjoy. Celebrate Black love, man.
Yes.
Celebrate Black love. This Black History Month, let's celebrate Black love. We bless you. We love you. Glad to be with you tonight.
God, beautiful. You know, one thing that I would like to put out there, a lot of men think it's all right to be single because the pastor that they're under is single. Don't neglect your life. Serve your leader, but have your own heart. Serve your leader, but have your own heart. You know how much you can really bear. Be faithful to your ministry, be faithful to your leader, but have your own heart. Let your heart speak for you, Elvis.
I just enjoyed everybody in the panel tonight. It was so awesome. I enjoyed the listeners, the watchers. If you're watching, anywhere can be your man cave. Your room can be your man cave. Man, every rule. Put a rule on the man cave. My wife cannot come in the man cave unless she got her things on. Someone a rule in the man cave. Make it be fun. Let it be fun. Until next time, this is Real Talk for real people
with
real
situations. We love you all. Until next Monday night.